Hey everyone, so today we're going to be diving into a very high stakes, like action-packed anime. Not action in the way you think, but action in gambling. We all know this one, a world where gambling isn't just a game, it's a way of life, full of mind games, bluffs, and the rush of adrenaline that keeps you on edge of your seat. Like, this anime is one of, like, when I watched it, I absolutely enjoyed it. We're going to break it down all the way. We're going to talk about the stories, we're going to talk about the characters and what I enjoyed about the anime in general. The anime we're talking about. We're talking about Kakegurui, that gambling anime that we watched a couple of years ago that we absolutely enjoyed. But before we jump in, if you're enjoying the content, please, I humbly request that you like this video, subscribe, and then hit that thumbs up. Please, it absolutely helps with the algorithm. For real, YouTube be kicking our asses for real. That comment really goes a long way for them to push the video to more people. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So Kakegurui is this wild anime that's set in a super elite high school called Hyakao Private Academy. Sorry if I butchered that name, but forget boring classes. We all know how anime is. They are hardly in class. Your social status is determined by gambling. Everything revolves around gambling. How well do you gamble? You lose big, you become a house pet. Basically a slave to the winners. You win, you climb the ranks and rule the school with the top dogs. It's like if poker night took over your entire life, with many twists and turns that make the head spin. The show dropped in 2017. It's based on a manga by Homura Kawamoto and Toru Naomura, and it's got like 2 seasons plus some spin-offs. We're talking about like psychological thrills, over-the-top expressions. We all know the funny meme that's all around right now of Jabami, holding her breasts. Like that one it was wild. That scene was wild for real. She's just always ecstatic with adrenaline when she's gambling. That's where she comes alive. It's mind-bending. If you love mind-bending strategies like Death Note or Kaiji, but with a glamorous, twisted school vibe, this is your jam. And it's not just gambling. Like, they put bodies on the line. Like, it's dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. They bet anything, bro. Anything. So, let's talk about some of the core story beats of the whole anime, Imagine enrolling in a school where the curriculum is all about risk and reward. A place for kids of Japan's elites where gambling skills decide who is the top dog. That is what the story is about. So then we enter Yumiko Jabami, the queen of compulsion herself. She's this elegant, raven-haired beauty with eyes that light up like fire when she gambles. Like, normally she's just chill, but once she's gambling, bro, she's like a whole new person. Yumiko isn't just in it for money or status. She thrives on the thrill, the pure ecstasy of putting everything on the line when she gambles. The plot kicks off with Yumiko befriending Ryota Suzui, our everyman protagonist. We all know him, we all love him. Ryota's your typical nice guy, kind of playing in massive debt after losing a gamble to another student. He's become a mittens. That's what they call the house pets when you lose everything and you have nothing else to bet, so you've lost it all. So poor dude, Yumiko sees his plight and decides to gamble against his own tormentor for free, just for the love of the game. So what do you think? Would you risk it over a friend, like not even a friend, somebody you just met, especially in this kind of dangerous game? That's what, that's the whole thing that makes oh, Yumiko is crazy. So then the first big game in the whole anime, it's rock, paper, scissors with a twist, voting style, where class votes influence the outcome. Yumiko's bluffing is absolutely insane. She turns a simple game into psychological warfare. She wins, of course, and Ryota's hooked. He becomes her sidekick, narrating the chaos. Now, mixing in another key player, Mary Saotome. You're like, bro, Mary is Sundere's rival. You love to hate her at first. Blonde, sharp-tongued, and a gambling prodigy who starts off bullying Ryota, but after losing to Yumiko in that epic debt settlement game involving cards and massive bets, she spirals into house pet status herself. It's a humbling arc. She claws her way back, becoming a complex ally antagonist. Her expressions are priceless. That mix of arrogance and vulnerability is very nice. So as the story continues, the story ramps up. We hit the student council election arc. That's where things get very political, or should I say gamblitical. The council runs the school and like a casino empire, and the president is none other than Kirari Momobami. Kirari's the ice queen with white hair and a detached, weird ass supreme vibe in a way. She's the architect of the gambling hierarchy in the school. believing it reveals true human nature, ruthless, enigmatic, and always one step ahead. She's like the final boss you can't wait to face. Yumeko challenges the council members one by one, exposing their cheats and hypocrisies. Remember the debt swapping game? That's where losers trade debts, and it turns into a frenzy of alliances and betrayals. Mary teams up with Yumeko here, showing her growth from bully to ally and strategist. Driving deeper, the story explores themes like addiction, class divide, and the thrill of uncertainty. Yumiko's backstory. She's from a wealthy family, but her sister's illness ties into her gambling mania. It's all about chasing that high to feel alive. Ryota, meanwhile, evolves from passive observer to active participant. He gets better. In one arc, he gambles his own future to support Yumeko against the council VP. What a fucking glow up for real from losing in the first arc. Would you step up like that or play it safe? Pause and think. That's what the anime wants you to think about. Mary's redemption is gold. After her loss, she forms the anti-gambling alliance kind of vibe, but ends up deeper in the games. Her duel with the council member, involves idle fans voting, and that whole arc was very fun, for real. It was very wild. Kirari pulls strings from afar, introducing the Tower of Doors game where choices lead to traps or treasures. It peaks psychological horror comedy. Yumeko and Kirari's rivalry builds to a climax. Two thrill seekers. We get games like the Greater Good voting system, voting on sacrifices, testing loyalty. Yumeko faces off against clan members like the sadistic Rei Batsubami or the analytical Terrano Totobami. So Mary's arc shines here too. She gambles for her pride against a clan rival in a figure guillotine game. That game was tense, for real. So the finale here is a massive election gamble where the whole school bets on candidates. Yumeko versus Kirari in Old Maid. Simple cards, but with life-altering stakes. It's about bluffing the unbluffable. So throughout, the side characters add a lot of flavor to the story, like the perverted secretary or the Yakuza kid. They add flair. They make the story feel a lot larger. But the big four drive it. Yumeko's passion, Mary's fire, Ryota's heart, and Kirari's intellect. We see it all play out and how it all blends together. Mappa nails the exaggerated expressions. They animated this thing flawlessly. The sweat flying, the amps, and the intensity. The soundtrack is absolutely beautiful with jazzy tunes during the beats. It's beautiful. So, what a ride, right? In my opinion, this anime is an absolute beauty, for real. Kakegurui nails a balance of fun and depth. It's over the top entertaining, but sneaks in commentary on privilege, addiction. Yumeko is beautifully done. Her unhinged energy is addictive to watch. Mary grows on you. Ryota's relatable. And Kirari's that villain that you respect. So, it has some flaws. Nothing is perfect. Some games drag on a bit, if you're not too into strategy and the fan service. For some people, it's not my problem. Like, I love it. But, for some people, I get if you find it a bit much. But it's all in all, it's very nice. Not too much. Overall, it's a solid, good anime for me. And I highly recommend it. So let me know your thoughts. Have you watched Kakegurui? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.